This is a brief pause. I'm just sitting on the bed, looking out the back window here. That's the view through the screen. I'm feeling a lot of energy today to do things, and I have an appointment scheduled later, which is on my mind, was rescheduled, and I'm trying not to forget the things that I want to do today to take care of my life. And I'm just feeling this, I was feeling this energy of chaos, over excitement, over energy, and it seemed to be sort of below the belly button. I could feel it in the sacral area, the pelvis area of my body, and I can feel it right now. Um, it's somewhat of a sickly feeling, a feeling of urgency. And so I'm just going to close my eyes and see if I can drop into the silence where I can feel closer to God. I'm going to take a few deep breaths, or rather just 3 breaths intentionally. As I drop in to the breath, I just feel my body start to relax. I can feel the silence and the gaps between thoughts and between breaths. When the thoughts are coming up, as they will, thoughts about what to do later, thoughts about what to say next, thoughts about this process of recording. I can find it any range of easy to difficult to let those thoughts go and return to the silence. Sometimes the thoughts are very sticky. It's hard to shake them. And a few minutes ago, that's what was happening. And it will bring up other things, other thoughts, like I'm doing this wrong, or I'm a failure. But just noticing, wow, those thoughts are so sticky, is increased awareness and creating a little bit of space between myself and these thoughts that seem to be consuming, that I seem to get lost in. And when I can see them, these thoughts, I can notice that they're objects in my awareness, and they're not the background, they're not me. So just like a beach ball floating to the edge of a pool, I can push that beach ball of thoughts away from the edge. And they'll be out there floating in the pool, but I can let them go and return to the space, the silence. I know that when they're really sticky, because I can feel sensations in my body, like that achy, sickly feeling in my belly or in my pelvis. They feel really real when I can feel the energy in my body related to them. But those are simply part of whatever that is. Whatever emotion is buried underneath, or impulse, or belief. Sometimes it's just agitation and this whole, dopamine fixation that we're inclined towards at every turn in this world that we live in now. I live by a highway and by a gas station, and there's a lot of ambient noise. Sometimes it's quite disturbing or disrupting. It stands out so loudly that it's jarring. But whatever sound is happening right now, whether it's sound of a mechanic hammering something next door, or a big transport vehicle on the highway, or a car pulling up with its radio on, or even someone having a fight next door, an argument, as they're filling up gas. They can seem to disrupt the peace for a while if I fixate on them too much, if they become sticky in any way. I find it challenging to return to peace, especially if there's an argument next door and people are yelling. And that's okay to be a little more on edge. But right now, whether it's just thoughts in my head of things that I need to do in the future, or memories of the past, or concerns that I might have, a to-do list, or if it's sounds next door, on the highway, in the house. I can always return to the breath, the holy breath, and listen for the gaps in everything. Be attuned to the silent gaps in the traffic, between the thoughts. I can feel that my belly is a little achy from hunger. Just placing my hands on my belly, letting myself know I see you, I feel you, I'll take care of you. After, surprisingly, the ache has silenced a little bit. I can feel the thoughts starting to kick up a little bit now, because I've been talking a lot. So I'm going to focus on breathing in God, breathing out God. And as I'm doing that, I'll focus on the gaps between the breaths. At the beginning of the in-breath and at the beginning of the out-breath. And I'll just observe and be aware of that. And tune in with my mind focused on the breath of God, life-giving breath, coming in and going out. And let's do that for 5 minutes or so. hope that it's a good little break. I know it settled me, even though there was still thinking, the stickiness diminished substantially. I felt the peace and the presence of God. I still feel the energy of that. And I'm going to slowly move back into my day and taking care of my life and the things that need doing. And I'll try to do this in the spirit of consciousness and in awareness and being accompanied throughout the day. And again, remember that I am refreshed. And in this little break, in this little time to reflect and pray and meditate with, with the Lord, with the holy silence, I'm open to whatever God wants for me today, and I surrender my will. I wish you have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon.